What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil, Laird, and I'm here to do a movie review for you guys, but maybe not one that you might expect, although you clicked on the video, so now you know what it is, so the surprise is ruined. Way to go! You ruined the surprise! Anyway, I'm here to talk about Constantine, City of Demons. This one, you guys, is one that we did a trailer reaction for, actually, and we were very excited about it. Fuego, you did this one with me, yes? Alright, he gave me a thumbs up. It's a goddamn video show with audio capabilities, and he throws me a thumbs up. Awesome.
I didn't know if you wanted me talking.
I wouldn't have called out to you if I didn't want you talking. Christ. Anyway, guys, I'm talking about Constantine, City of Demons. Now, this is not actually my copy. I'll be straightforward with you guys. I rented this from a place called the House of the Used that still rents movies for $1 a night. I even got it on a Saturday. They're closed on Sunday, so I get it for 2 nights for $1. And I'm telling you what, I am going to be buying this. And I'm going to make a proclamation right now. If you guys know anything about me, you know that I'm a giant comic book fan. I do a horror comic review every Wednesday now. I'm making it regular because I love it, and I'm going to force it upon you guys, but you guys appear to be liking them a little bit better, those reviews. Now, this is a part of, right here, what you can see is the DC Comics animated pantheon. And while Marvel may own the live action side of things, I saw this breakdown once in a chart that was like DC and Marvel in a straight up list chart, and it was like who's better at what, and it was movies, and it was Marvel, obviously. But then it was animated movies, DC, comics, DC, figures, DC, like all these things. It was DC, 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 DC. DC has had the best animated aspect of their line for years now, for a decade at this point. This is the newest entry into that pantheon, and it is a follow-up to this one right here, which was Justice League Dark. It's tangentially a follow-up. It doesn't reference it, but the Justice League Dark, this one over here did just come out probably about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. And the reason I popped up that other picture is because Constantine in both Justice League Dark and City of Demons is played by Matt Ryan, who is the same guy right here that actually played Constantine in the CW Constantine series that ran for 1 year. And while it did get canceled after 1 year, he did actually pop up in last year's, I think the 3rd season of Legends of Tomorrow as a guest star, and then the 4th season of Legends of Tomorrow that just began, I believe he is now a series regular. So Matt Ryan has carved himself out a place in the DC universe as Constantine, a much better Constantine than Keanu Reeves was, if I do say so myself. He's even got the accent down. Thank God, he actually speaks like a Brit. And so this movie right here is not only the best version of Constantine we've seen put to film, but guys, I'm here to tell you, and I'm going to take this stuff off right now, but this right here is my favorite DC animated adaptation that they have put out. And that includes everything that they've done. From New Frontier, to the Superman Doomsday movies, to all the Justice League movies, to the Wonder Woman had a fabulous animated movie. They've done a lot of animated features that have all been quality. But guys, this, as a horror fan, and as a Constantine fan, this is my absolute favorite one that they've made yet. And especially as a horror fan. Guys, this is the goriest animated movie that I have seen in a very, very long time. I'm talking since HBO's Spawn series. This is probably even gorier than that. And this is not just allusion to gore. You see demons eat people's heads off. You see people get shredded to pieces. You see really great stuff on par with... Actually, I rewatched the first 4 episodes of Castlevania on Netflix. That first episode is pretty gory. This is definitely on par with that, if not more so. And the really awesome thing about this is that I'm watching it, right? And I'm about 15 to 20 minutes in, and I am loving the story. I'm like, this is awesome. This is exactly what Constantine is. And I know from Constantine because if you guys didn't know, Constantine started as a comic book character by the name of, obviously, John Constantine, the Hellblazer. And so it was a Vertigo comic, which was an offshoot of the DC comics, a darker universe, as it were. That's where Sandman began. That's also where Hellblazer began. And just so you guys see my bona fides here, my geek Hellblazer bona fides, they have made probably 50 trades of the Hellblazer comic. They did 300 issues, plus a few side series. And now they have a DC universe, like a main DC universe version. But just so you guys know how much I actually like Constantine, this is my Constantine collection right here. So this is 42 or 41 books, I think. This is John Constantine Hellblazer. And just so you guys see, that is legitimate. That is all Hellblazer books right there. So I am a big Constantine fan, and I know from a good Constantine story. So let me tell you, this is one of those. And while I'm watching it, I'm 15 minutes into this movie, and I'm like, why do I love this so much? This is ringing so familiar. I gotta look it up and find out what story this is based on. And I look it up, and I'm like, oh my God, no wonder I love it so much. It's actually based on my favorite Hellblazer trade that there is. Of all of the ones that I've read, and admittedly, there's about 6 or 7 that I don't have yet, a couple of the Paul Jenkins written trades. I want to get them, but my favorite, my absolute favorite, that is a one-off trade that literally, if anyone asked me, hey, what's the best Hellblazer story, where's the best place to start, I will point to this right here. All His Engines. John Constantine Hellblazer, All His Engines. It is written by Mike Carey, and the art is done by Leonardo Manco, and it is easily the best single Hellblazer trade I think there is. Some would say Dangerous Habits, which was written by Garth Ennis. That introduces the First of the Fallen, and Constantine's best. I don't know if that introduces the First of the Fallen, but I know that's the main protagonist in that book that carries through for the rest of the Constantine series. But this, for my money, is the best single Hellblazer story, and that is what they base City of Demons on. Not only that, but they also base it on issue number 11 of the actual series. So I'm going to put this up right here underneath Matt Ryan. All His Engines is right there, and then this is Hellblazer number 11. The book went up to issue 300, but that is number 11 right there. It might have even been 275, but I thought it was 300, and maybe 280. I don't know. Neither here nor there. But issue 11 is collected in this trade right here called Rare Cuts, and it's the first issue collected in the trade. It's called Newcastle. So what they did was they blended a little bit of this issue Newcastle with the All His Engines trade paperback, and that's where they get the story for John Constantine's City of Demons. And I'm telling you guys, they did it masterfully. Believe it or not, the trade paperback, All His Engines, had a bit of a happier ending than the All His Engines movie did, or the City of Demons movie did. It ends in a very sort of down but very justified place. Like, this is a very, very well-rounded story for a DC Universe story. And that's one of the things we absolutely hit on in our reviews is the story, and it is so well done. So just so you guys know the story, Constantine is basically hired essentially by this demon who is this big, like, kind of fat demon, who I'm not sure what his name is off the top of my mind, but I'll show you a picture of him in the comic because they do him justice. But he's this huge demon that basically right here, he hires Constantine, and this is really cool. There's this pool filled with decaying, rotting bodies, and this demon laments the fact that they're decaying too slowly because he wants to basically swim in the liquefied entrails of all of these dead bodies as his pool. and that is actually in the movie, you guys. And that goes to show how dark this movie gets. And but the thing that it also touches on is in the Newcastle story arc. There's a flashback scene in the movie that touches on Newcastle, which is where Constantine first encountered this demon called Nergal. And Nergal is essentially Constantine's second biggest foe. Like, to me, Batman's biggest foe is Joker. And if I had to put a fine point on his second biggest foe, to me, it's Bane. No one's going to agree with me on that. But I think Bane is the second biggest foe. So call Nergal the Bane of the Constantine universe, in my estimation. And Nergal ties into everything. But basically what happens is Constantine's best mate is a guy by the name of Chaz. And he played in a punk band with him. And he's been through thick and thin. He drives a taxi cab now. And he basically, through all of the comics, is a huge part of Constantine's life, driving him to and from adventures and sometimes getting involved. So anyway, at the beginning of this, Chaz comes to Constantine asking for help because his daughter Trish has basically gone catatonic, and because he's helped Constantine so many times, he's like, I have a feeling that it's something that only you can handle. And so he goes in, and it is indeed something that Constantine has to handle. He gets summoned by this big demon, and basically this big demon wants to open a Hell on Earth franchise where it's this little sort of area where he can take the souls of humans that come to him, and it's like this little spa on Earth, but it's hell. So he can like torture people and take their souls in this little area on Earth. And he's like, the thing is, I'm not the only one with this idea. There's 5 other demon bosses that are trying to do the same thing. And so this demon is hiring Constantine to take out these 5 other demons in exchange for saving the soul of his best friend's daughter. And it's like, it's such a really great concept. And the way Constantine handles it, he does handle it the same way here as he does here. But the resolution is just a little bit different. But it is done so well, you guys. That is the story. And if that doesn't pique your interest, I don't know what will. Because that's some really great, horrific, demonic, exorcismic, John Constantine-orific kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like this, one of the notes I made to myself on the phone as I was watching, I'm like, this movie is more Hellblazer than anything we've seen Constantine in any adaptation yet, in my opinion. They did such a tremendous job, and again, the animation is phenomenal. It is dark, it is gory, it is on the level of anything you might have seen before, whether it be a Rob Zombie animation thing, or like I said, the Spawn animation thing, or even some of the Japanese animated, gory animation stuff. It can be up there as well. Like, it is very worthwhile. I can't recommend it more, you guys. Get your hands on Constantine City of Demons. I am going to be purchasing it. I don't know that I'll get it from the place I rented it from, although it wouldn't be the easiest. I have a bit of a connect for Black Friday, so I might try and get it then, to be honest with you, since it's only like 2 weeks away. But don't let that discourage you. Make sure you go and pick yourself up a copy of John Constantine City of Demons, or just Constantine City of Demons as it's technically titled. It's very worth your time. I greatly appreciate you guys dealing with me, gush about it, but honestly, that's how much I loved it. And you guys know that I don't come on here this excited about films as often as I would very much like to. So trust me when I say it's worth your time. If you like animated stuff, and you maybe have like a 12, 13-year-old kid that's getting into horror and is into animation, and this is like a nice place where you can be like, okay, I'm going to show you a little something. Don't tell your mom or don't tell your dad, whatever it is. I'm going to show you something that you and I are going to bond on, and it's awesome. And this is metal in animation form. You know what I mean? Fuego would love this. So thanks very much for watching, you guys. Leave a comment down below if you're interested in watching this. If you have watched it, let me know what you thought. Don't spoil it for the people that haven't seen it yet, though. But if you do watch it, come back and comment down below what you thought. If you took this review's advice, I would really love to know what you guys think. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird, and remember, stay scared!